Hello and welcome. I'm Sylvia from My Kitchen Creations, and on today's episode we are making custard pumpkin pie with an easy homemade pie crust, guys, that is to die for. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. First, we're going to start with our pie crust. I have my flour in a bowl, and I am going to add the sugar, a pinch of salt. Go ahead and give that a mix. So take your cold butter and we are going to dice that up so it is easy to work with. After dropping in the butter and the flour, we're just going to mash the butter with the flour. Just like so, guys, as you can see, the flour and the butter are mashed in together. So this is what you're looking for. This is perfect. Now we're going to add our ice water to the flour. Now go ahead and give that a good stir. Okay, so this is how it's looking. I know it looks crumbly, but if you grab a handful and squeeze it together, it should come together just like this, as you can see. So this is perfect. Next, you are going to grab your plastic wrap. Take your pie crust and dump it right on top. And we are going to bring this together, bring the corners together, and we are going to make a ball. Told you this was super easy. This dough, guys, this is my go-to pie crust dough. It is so easy. So I am just making a ball with this right now and pushing it together to make the crust. And as you can see, there's some cracks in here, which is fine. That's how you know you're gonna have the best pie crust. And as you can see, the butter through the dough. This is exactly what you're looking for. So now we are going to place this in the fridge to chill for 30 minutes. So while the pie crust is in the fridge, we are going to work on our custard by browning some butter. So we're just going to cook our butter over medium heat. We want it to become brown and foamy, and you should see some little brown bits at the bottom of your pan. And guys, don't walk away from your butter as you do this because it will burn. So now our butter is brown. As you can see, the brown bit in the bottom. This is exactly what you're looking for. So now with the heat off, we are going to add our honey. Now we're going to turn the heat back on. We are going to bring this to a boil, and we're just going to cook it for 2 minutes. So this is how our butter and honey is looking. So we're going to remove it from the heat. So this is no longer on the heat. So I am going to add in my heavy whipping cream. I'm going to give that a good mix. So this is how it's looking. This looks great. So after our caramel, we are going to crack our eggs in a large bowl. We're going to give that a good whisk. Now add your brown sugar. Now we're going to whisk this until it's nice and foamy. So after it's nice and foamy, we are going to add our pumpkin. Go ahead and whisk that in. Now we're going to add in our spices by adding in our nutmeg, allspice, ginger, cinnamon, salt, and vanilla. Go ahead and give that a good stir. So now we are going to add our caramel to our custard. And this is cool enough that it's not gonna cook the eggs that we had put in here. So you don't wanna put a hot caramel in here because it will cook your eggs. So this is how the pumpkin custard is looking. This looks great. I'm going to set this aside so we can get started on our pie crust. Now for the pie crust, I have my rolling pan and I am going to dust my countertop with some flour so that our dough does not stick to the countertop. Do not need to knit the pie crust much because we do not want the pie crust to be hard. We're going to sprinkle some flour on top. Now take your rolling pan and dust some flour on it, and we're just going to roll it out. So this is how our crust is looking after rolling it out. So what I'm going to do is fold this in half. Now take your pie dish and we're going to place that right in here. After placing your pie crust in here, we're going to tuck in the corners. So this is my pie crust. I'm going to place it in the fridge to chill for 5 minutes. Okay, so my pie crust is out of the fridge. I am going to pour in my filling. Just going to pour that right in. And go ahead and preheat your oven to 425 degrees. We want to stick this in the oven and we're going to bake it for 15 minutes. And after 15 minutes, we're going to drop the temperature to 350 to finish cooking it for another 25 to 30 minutes. Guys, my custard pumpkin pie is ready. Take a look. Doesn't it look amazing? And guys, check out my crust. Look how flaky it is. I went and top it off with some vanilla ice cream, and I am gonna go in for a bite. So good. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.